How's everybody doing today? Hopefully good. I know I recorded a video not too long ago. A little bit of update, so I'm kind of wanting to keep this going. I know I got cut off, and then I also did not record it horizontally. So trying it again. I cleared some space on my phone. Again, I don't have a production of any means while doing this, just pretty much strictly via phone. So I'm traveling back home this morning. Drove somewhere, had some fun. Was it worth it? I don't know. You know, you get in those situations, you're not sure if it's worth your lack of sleep, and you know what's more important when it comes to that. You know, but again, I don't think that's the point of this video, is to elaborate in my sex life. You know, I want to say that it's lackluster, but sometimes it's not. You know, you find yourself just naturally in situations, and then you go for it. But you know, I don't know. And then laying there afterwards, you have all these thoughts going through your head. You kind of just, I'm like, oh, you know, this would be a good thing to talk about. This would be a good thing to talk about. This would be a good thing to talk about. And then, of course, retardation sets in. The morning sets in. And you kind of just go blank. You don't know what you're really talking about anymore. I don't know if that's, you know, post nut clarity or not. So, but I wanted to just open the camera up, record a little bit, going forward. So I kind of, you know, I guess on situations like this, you kind of have to look at it, you know, you only live once, especially in my situation. So is it worth it? You know, I still don't know, man. I mean, it was I kind of like my alone time, my rest, my morning gym workouts. It's now going to have to be an afternoon workout. So I'm sure if I met somebody that was, you know, kind of did it for me, checked all the boxes, it'd probably be a little bit different. But I haven't had that in a while, so it's pretty tough to get on occasion. So so yeah, doing that. You know, you just kind of just go through life, you know, just being, you know, what is, what are we doing? You know, what is this situation? You know, I don't know. You know, there's a lot of questions I got. It's a lot of effort for minimal satisfaction. That's for me, maybe not for some, but that's definitely for me. Oh, look at that, John. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, ADHD kicking in. Saw a John Deere mower. Looked like it was horizontal shaft. Make me a go-kart out of it or something. But hey, you know, whatever. Yeah, but I kind of got on the last video a little bit, just kind of my mindset of just like, you know, fuck it, you know, who cares, you know, to an extent of, you know, being frustrated with just always missing the mark when it comes to, you know, career, things that matter, I guess, more so. You know, how you could have done your life a little bit differently too, you know, but I don't know. Anyway, you know, it's a nice morning, to tell you the truth. Foliage is setting in. It's nice. Got a nice sunrise, not a cloud in the sky, surprisingly, from the rain we just recently had. So enjoying some coffee. It's the little things in life, right? Don't overcomplicate it, right? You did what you did, you made your decisions, you live with it, you move on, you try to be better, the next day, if that's possible, right? That's only my line of expertise, right? So I don't have any expertise. I am not a wise man. I have learned pretty dumb when it comes to most things, I think. I got a little bit of knowledge, but I think wisdom's is a term to use lightly. I think that's some problems with people is that oh, what do you call it? Fucking, I'm retarded today. Confident ignorance, I guess you would say. I'm sure you've heard that before from some other Red Pill content creators. Not that I'm a Red Pill content creator. I'm just an average Joe. I'm just the guy, the 20%er. I would say I don't think I'm an 80%er, where I'm just totally overlooked, but I am noticed. But I am not one that is pursued by others. You know, and that's something else we can get into here before I speed through the school zone. But yeah, confident ignorance. I think a lot of people have a lot of confident ignorance, and I think you get a lot of that in the professional work setting. You get a lot of that in schools. You get a lot of that on the internet. And I'm not one who thinks that I'm 100% knowledgeable and an expert in anything. And whatever I say is gospel, even in my profession, right? I want feedback. I want to learn. A lot of people say they do, but they don't. They don't take any other people's ideas or thoughts into consideration a lot and reflect on them. You know, it's just, they're just spewing whatever they're spewing, whatever they've been told, like a bunch of sheep, and then that's it, right? That's the confident ignorance that I think we get into, especially in a lot of this rat race stuff. So, God, son of a. Anyway, that'd be cool getting in a wreck, recording this. Again, this is pretty raw. I'm just gonna upload this. I'm not even gonna take the time to edit anything. Barely do a thumbnail, barely do a title, you know, because I feel like if I put a lot of effort in these videos, it really goes nowhere. So what's the point of putting an artistic craft on this? It doesn't go very well. But anyway, I gotta get back to that one point I was getting at, you know, with confident ignorance, right? And then of course, me just being an average guy. It's kind of what this point of this channel is. Originally was the dating dad, right? My life through the dating scene as a single dad, right? Well, I mean, who wants to hear about that? I'm sure there's a million of people on there. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Am I really dating? I don't know. If you call what I did dating, I call what I did a booty call. Not really dating, right? Girl lives too far away to really have any long-term relationships with how busy I am. And you know, you just gotta be honest and fair and upfront with it, and then, you know, let the chips lay where they may, I guess, speaking. Anyway, I'm just a 20%er, right? I do well enough to get recognized, but I'm not the guy that, you know, someone pursues for a romantic relationship, right? I probably get more gay guys in my DMs than I do fucking hot straight women, which is never, right? The women that I do get in my DMs definitely are not what I would consider that attractive. But then, you know, again, confident ignorance, going back and reevaluating where you really are on that social hierarchy. Maybe I am a Walmart 6. Maybe. Doesn't matter. In my situation, I've been married, been divorced, I have a child. I don't have anything else to really prove. I'm not seeking a long-term commitment. I can't seek a long-term commitment in my, I say, physical and mental state. I would say more physical state, as in, you know, the health elements I have. But again, that's going to weigh on me mentally as we go. And again, like I said in the last video, I'm not going to bring somebody in this environment subject to that kind of stuff. So make sure my camera doesn't fall. I've had that happen before. But yeah, so I'm just the dude that everybody likes. Excuse me, just burped. But no one really misses, I guess, if that makes sense, right? So, I'd rather be, I don't know, I mean, again, like I said, I'm definitely, being a loser may be better than being an actual average guy, right? At least being a loser and being someone that makes an impression on a negative way would be better than not making an impression at all, right? I don't want to ruffle any feathers, right? I don't want to, ruffle the bushes or whatever you might say, right? Then that gets you ignored and unnoticed until it fits somebody else's narrative and they need you for a reason and they use and abuse you. At work I've tried to do that, and again it goes backwards because I guess it's out of my nature, or that's how the vibe I give off. It's just rolling with the punches, cool vibe. But when I do something, it really upsets, I wouldn't say upsets people, but it gives me the response that isn't what I would figure their normal response would be from that situation of bringing up a point or giving a little bit of pushback. So, and with dating as well, it's right. You read the materials of things, and it's not really just like, oh, I'm gonna go and do this, I'm gonna structure it this way. It's more like the George Costanza idea of I'm going to do the opposite of what I've always been doing. And when I try to do that in anything, I always fall back to comfort naturally and what I've always done in the past, right? So set boundaries or there's some things that I've done better, right? But it's not where I need to be, because I know in the back of my mind I am probably a Walmart 6 or a 7, right? I'm not a 8, 9. God forbid somebody ranks you a 10, right? How egotistical do you have to be narcissistic to rank yourself a 10? There's nothing I can improve on. I'm about fucking 10. Yeah, right? So, yeah, you just fall back in that same old trap that you've always been used to. In a lot of aspects in life, the way you're raised, and I don't know if it's a nature or nurture thing. I think it's a little bit of both. My mom's a little bit more passive, and my dad's a little bit more abrasive, I guess, if that's the right word. I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert video talker, right? Especially in subjects that I don't normally talk about. I think about and ponder about, but I don't really talk about a whole lot, right? It's not like my field of expertise in my profession where I do talk about that a lot and I can articulate things better. But yeah, it's probably nature and nurture, right?
There are police reported ahead.
Am I a people pleaser? Sure, I've been known to do that. I've been better trying to, right? Get people pleaser, you get in a situation people pleaser, right, with your professional career, your friendships, your relationships, anything, right? You become a people pleaser, right? I definitely do that, right? So, friends piss you off, you may be mad for a day, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's like, I don't hold grudges, but sometimes you really got to set your boundaries and you got to hold firm to them, and sometimes I don't do that the greatest. So I might do that more with family just because it's more comfortable to do that, but in certain aspects, but outside of that, you don't. And work relatedness too, I'm doing a better job, I feel like, but still not 100%, right? But how do you get from that 20% to that 4.5%? I think that's all perception of whoever's grading you, right? is there a body type, a dollar amount that could put you above there? Is it a mindset? Is it all of the above? I don't know. Again, we think about it way too much. I think most people should think a little bit less about it and just fucking do what they want, within reason, right? You know, kind of dumb each other's down a little bit. We're already getting dumber by the day, you know. It's like spending time in the hotel. People didn't know how to light the fire pit. I had to light it for them. It's like, hey, your battery's dead in the igniter. Okay, well, the igniter doesn't work, but I can light it. You replace it. Like, oh, I don't even know. It's like, come on, people. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, that's the point of just shooting the shit. On my way back from a shitty night's sleep in a stranger's bedroom, and then ready to start my day, and then back to the rat race, right? So again, you know, enjoy it, love it up, but hopefully I'll talk to you guys again. See ya.